Hello, everyone. Today, our group will talk about collective labor law in Colombia based on the Substantive Labor Code Articles 353 to 484. First, I will explain collective labor rights. Collective rights allow workers to join together in unions. Unions defend the workers' interests, protect their rights, and improve working conditions. There are different types of unions. Company unions. This means workers of the same company. Industry unions. This means workers from the same industry or sector. Trade unions. These mean workers of the same profession or trade. And mixed unions, this means workers from different jobs but few in number. These groups are protected by the protection of union freedom. Due to this, the employers cannot interfere with the creation of operation of unions. And acts of discrimination against unions members are prohibited. The law also gives protection called fuero sindical. This means that union leaders cannot be fired or punished only because of their role. In short, collective labor rights give workers an organized voice. And they are very important to balance power between workers and employers.
Now I will explain collective negotiation. This is process start when the union presents a document called pliego de peticiones or list of requests. After this, there is a period of direct negotiation of 20 days. 20 days. In this time, the union and the employer try to reach an agreement. If they cannot agree, the law gives other solutions like concession, mediation, or arbitration. The objective is to solve conflicts in a peaceful way and avoid bigger problems. When an agreement is signed, it becomes a collective convention. This document has legal force and must be respected by both workers and employers. So, collective negotiation is very important because it creates dialogue and finds solutions for labor conflicts.
Now I will talk about the labor strike. A strike is the right of workers to stop working when negotiation fails, but it has rules. First, the strike cannot happen in essential public service like health, water, energy, or transport. Second, workers must decide by secret vote and the majority must agree. Also, the strike must be peaceful. Workers need to leave the workplace and wait until the conflict is solved. During a strike, the work contract is not finished, but it is suspended. This means no work, no salary, but the workers keep their job position. However, if the strike is illegal, for example, if it is violent or political, then the employer can fire the workers or ask to cancel the union. So, the strike is a strong tool, but it is must always follow the law. In summary, a strike is a regulate mechanism that balances the right to protest with public order and the interests of third parties. Its exercise must strictly adhere to the law to avoid sanctions.
Articles 450 to 484 of the Colombian Labor Code regulate key aspects of strike, their legality, mechanisms for resolving collective disputes, and dissolution of trade unions. Article 450 defines the cases in which a strike is illegal when it affects essential public service, when it is not decided by the General Assembly, when it does not meet the required majority votes, or when it is carried out violently. It also establishes sanctions, suspension or dissolution of the union that promotes or suppose it, and the employer's right to dismiss participants, even those with special protection in some cases. Article 451 regulates who illegality is declared judicial by the Superior Labor Tribunal in the first instance, and B, the Supreme Court in the second. The declaration might be used even if the strike has already indeed and minor procedural irregularities are not en note to invalid in if essentials requirements are met. Subsequent articles believe arbitration as alternate mechanisms when not agreement is reached. They define who arbitration tribunals and for their their lines the begin nature of their rulings, which carry the some force as collective agreement and their maximum duration of 2 years. They also establish limitation and responsibilities. In it, the dispose does not errs criminal liability for crimes committed during it strike. Certain individuals are barred from acting and considered as arbitrators. During the strike, both work and what obligations are suspended. Finally, Article 484 deals with union dissolution. If a union that was part of a collective contract is dissolved, the workers meeting the agreed conditions and the warranted bond provided by union remains valid to cover its obligations. Taken together, these articles reflect and balances. They recognize the strikes and as a collective right, both impose lines, sensations, and judicial procurates to protect both workers' rights and public order. Thank you.